Greetings, and thanks for joining me for a quick look at how Hinge EPM is designed to give program directors real-time visibility into program performance, from high-level portfolio-level analysis all the way into individual projects. I've logged in as Steve Edwards, a director who is responsible for 3 commercial programs and 6 residential programs. Right now, he's looking at the portfolio view, which is a roll-up of all of those program performance data into one set of charts. On the left-hand side, I'm looking at our progress relative to incentive spending goals, and on the right, I'm looking at our progress relative to total energy savings goals. What I can see is that we're a long way from our year-to-date target of $583,000 in rebates and incentives dispersed, and an even longer way from our year-end goal of $700,000. The good news is that the energy savings projected from projects currently completed or in the queue is that we will narrowly hit our target if everything is completed. The stacked bar chart is a pipeline analysis that enables a director to see where projects stand all the way from the planning stage through the booked stage, which would be a project that's been completed and inspected and all the paperwork is done. Now, like I said, this is a high-level portfolio view. If I want to drill in and look at more granular information, I can. This is a comparison between my commercial programs and residential programs. And already the story is unfolding in which my residential programs are underperforming both on the spending and energy savings front, whereas my commercial programs are really only underperforming on the spending front. They're actually overperforming on the energy savings front. If I want to drill all the way to the program level, it's a bit busy because there are 9 programs, but it does give me a bird's eye view of the order of magnitude of different programs and the distance that they have performed relative to goals. I can be more specific. I could look only at residential programs, or I could look only at programs related to a specific program manager. Oops. So there's a lot a program manager can do to slice and dice the data just using the charts. There are other charts that might be of interest, demand savings, or for example, program participation. In this view, what we can see is that across all of my programs, I've got 128 projects and 15 contractors engaged. So part of what's going on here, it looks like, is that we've failed on the marketing front to engage a lot of partners who then engage a lot of projects. Now, one of the things I can do is drill into the data to see the projects behind the charts. So I've drilled into the projects that are in the verification stage, and right away I get some visibility into what's happening. These red dots correspond to our aging analysis, and most of them are red, which tells me that most of these projects have not moved from their status in more than 20 days. That leads me to question whether or not I have enough inspectors, whether the inspectors are finding problems that need to be unpacked. But we know that the problem is occurring with the inspection stage of these projects. I can drill into the detail of projects if I want just by clicking on the hyperlink of the project ID. That's not really the purpose of this demo, but just to illustrate the depth of information that we can get into, I can illustrate that we support multi-site, multi-measure projects. We support data capture at multiple cycles within a project, and we have views for all of the other relevant information, attachments, contract adjustment, communication, etc., related to projects. One last thing to mention to you is that we have a full reporting capability. We use Microsoft SQL Server Report Services, which means that we can report not only on the data in our database, but we can pull in views from other tables as well if we need to. So, for example, our program performance, participation, RIM, TRC tests rely on information not only within Hinge EPM but externally as well. Just to give you an example of a report, I'll just pick Program Year Report. It's a pipeline analysis, and that just gives you an indication of how we can handle both data and charts in our reports, images as well if that's what we choose to do. So that's a wrap. Successful administration of energy efficiency programs increasingly require the evaluation of programs early and often in order to see what's working and what's not, and to execute change when necessary. Hinge EPM provides the tools necessary to do that without having to engineer a totally separate reporting database and protocols. Thank you for listening, and as always, please contact us if we can provide you with more in-depth information or a demo at length. Have a great day.